Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another couch video. Be realistic about your lane. Now, this ain't one of those videos telling you to stay in your lane unless it's realistic. It's just being realistic about where you really stand. Because you know what? I always talk about being realistic, but I always get somebody to come on and they feel like, well, you tell us not to mess with just a beautiful woman and all of that. No, I'm saying be realistic about where you stand. Let me use the beautiful woman example because a lot of guys, I don't care what you tell them about being realistic, they still want that dime and everything. Okay. Are you in an environment, realistically in an environment with a dime? I was thinking about a young lady I know, acquaintance, and she lives in, I'll say, a great area of town. Great area, great apartment, all of that. High end area. She parties. She always fixes herself up. Hits the gym. All right. Now somebody might want to holler at her. Okay. First of all, where they living at? Now she might not want his money, but she probably ain't gonna want some bum dude living all up in the HODD, the hood. Just go with it, y'all. Just go with it. Right? She might not want that. Plus she working on a high-end job. She making her some good money. She making her some good money. Is she gonna want some dude she gonna have to carry? Right? And then she always working out. Are you hitting the gym? I mean, she be working out hard. She be going hard in the gym. In fact, she used to be a jock. Right? Is she gonna want that? And then she partying all the time. She's still young, so she partying. She's be on IG and everything. Interesting young lady. I mean, on the surface look like just a regular IG woman, but she got a degree in everything. Right? Are you in that lane? Is it realistic for you to think you can get her? Even no matter how much game you got? Because one thing, when women get a man, they looking to relate. So there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, you can have all of that. Hey, you can travel the world and all of that. Or you get some guys saying, well, I want to travel and everything. Okay. If that's your lane, ain't nothing wrong with it. Are you making money to travel? One of the things, like I always say, your main relationship is with yourself before anything else. But what is your relationship with yourself? What lane are you in? Are you making that money so you can travel? Are you making that money so you can be in an environment? Now, for the women now, let me be very clear, but be in environments where you can meet those baddies, where you can meet those Miami 10s or those New York 10s or those LA 10s. Or you in some small town with some part-time job. And this ain't saying anything wrong with that, but let's just be realistic. Where are you at? You gotta be realistic about your lane. Yeah, some over here to look at. You gotta be realistic. Realistic. Where are you at? Like, if you want to improve, okay, it's like you're a man, you don't like to take, my famous video is that one where I said, pay attention to the women who want you. But I always said, several men, they looked at that video and said, well, I don't like who like me. What if I don't do this? Okay. Even in the video, I said, change it. That means you got to look at it. If you getting, let's use the woman example. If you getting a bunch of women that you find to be out of shape and unattractive and bad attitude, you gotta look at where you at. What environment are you to even meet that woman? Now I want you to think about that. If you keep meeting those type of women, that means that you're in that lane. That's your lane right there. Now, I ain't saying be comfortable with it. Because a lot of people say stay in your lane, because you probably ain't. I understand that. So what are you doing to change it? Are you hitting the gym? Are you getting your finances together? Are you trying to move? Are you trying to change your social environment, your social class and everything? But in order to do all that, you got to be realistic, because you got a lot of people, you got a lot of dudes on some fantasy shit. You got a lot of dorky ass. Yeah, I'm gonna use the word dorky ass. Average money making, and just average period, don't have any talents, anything. thinking they should get supermodel of the world. That's not realistic. Why should she want to be with a lesser man? She all that. Now you could try, some dudes try to break them down and shit, but nah, let's just be real. If a woman out here physically attractive and she dealing with a higher level of man normally, the fuck she want to deal with you? Nah, if that's what you want, you change it. You change it. Because, you know, one of the things I've been seeing some stuff going against self-improvement and changing up and everything. But hold up. You don't have to change up if that's where you at to begin with. But are you there? Are you in that spot? I want you to think about that. Where are you at right now? Where are you at? You know? Are you liking where you living? Are you living in the right place? Are you liking your physicality? Are you liking how much money you're making? Are you liking your outlook on life? You know, do you have the ability to travel? You know, there's always a big thing about passport bros and everything, but they got the money to travel. They worked hard to travel, so they should. You know? Or, yeah, in fact, let me use that for an example. Let me use that. That's a great example, because like, guys, I'm just going to travel. Okay. You got the money to travel? You know, I ain't gonna get into all the other stuff people say about it, but shit, do you have the ability to travel? And I always said, if that's the path you're gonna take, you need to learn about the culture so you don't get played. But even then, do you have the time, energy? Are you willing to learn the language, learn the culture? You got enough money so you can go and stay for a while and really immerse yourself, really get to know somebody? Because it's a lot, you know? See, if you want to change your lane, you got to be realistic about where you stand in that lane first. And then you got to be willing to move up. You got to be willing to move up. There's no ifs, ands, and buts. You got to be willing to do the work. Because it's not going to be quick. See, one of the saddest things is you got a lot of guys, they looking for a quick thing. I remember when I first got started, this guy kept looking. He was going through, like, on some of my other sites, my Patreon, some other sites I had. He looking for some magic word to get a woman to want to sleep with him. I said, I wish there was. If there was, every man would be using it. I said, you got to work on yourself. You got to make yourself into a man that women want to be with, you know, and who they want to be with. Hey, they want to be with the man that they consider the top man. And since you ain't going to know who that is, that means be your best self and see who like it. It's just that simple. All right? But before you even get to all of that, you got to be realistic about where you are at. You got to be realistic about your lane. Then you can realistically change it. All right? So anyway, that's all I got for today, y'all. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.